Alright guys, mushroom 2 of the weekend. So this time I decided to go with a different base rod. So instead of using clear rod or red rod or whatever, the last time I used red rod, I'm using that dark green, transparent green rod that I like to use for a lot of things, mainly marbles. But I don't know how this one will turn out. I had dots and everything on it and the stem and everything, but right now it's hot. I'm looking at it and it's just like whatever. Titanium lens makes a big difference. Trying to get set up so you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm heating up my rod into a gather. This is what is going to be basically the cap of the mushroom. Got my marver in my right hand, my graphite marver. And I'm just going to smush it down. Smush it down to a cap. Now, literally, I decided last weekend, I just didn't record it. I decided to try to make a mushroom. And I was like, how am I going to do this? And basically, everything I do in this video is what I did. I just, at this point, I remembered what I did, and I decided to keep doing it and make mushrooms. Maybe someone will buy them, maybe, I don't know. My wife loves them. She's like, you made a mushroom? No way, that's amazing. I love them. So this is a flame cut, and I'm just rounding that off for the next one. The next piece that I make is probably not going to be a mushroom. Now, the part that you see me pulling off of is where that's going to be the top of the cap, the mushroom. Top of the mushroom. It's just, I don't know, it's just, I went with the flow and I was working with glass and this is what I came up with. That's going to be the top of the mushroom. You know, the top of the mushroom is rounded and mushroom-like. So now I'm going to add my dots, and this is can't tell if that's my pink rod or my blue rod. That's my blue rod. It's blue. It doesn't look blue, but it is. So I'm adding my blue dots. It's going around. Almost like I'm making a marble, and I'm adding my clear glass going around in a circle, but you're just adding dots. I'm going to keep the mushroom out of the flame, the cap out of the flame. And you want to keep just pretty much the small flame. You just want to keep the rod, the colored rod, in the flame. And just touch and pull away, touch and pull away. And as you go up, you want to, what I do is I go in between each dot that I added before. And just keep going up to the top. You know, because mushrooms have dots on them, and it's all that fancy stuff. So I'm just going to melt the dots down, melt the dots, the colored, into the other colored. You don't want to add too much heat, because if you do, you're just going to boil your glass. It's going to start bubbling and you get air everywhere. So, see how hot I have it right there? No, you don't want to get any hotter than that. Just keep it right there. So, I have my other hand for stability. Spinning the glass, keeping the heat nice and even. You see it? Nice and even. It's a little bit uneven. I'm just, at this point, there was dots that were a little bit bigger than others, and I was sitting there just trying to spin it back and forth, trying to melt them down. That's why it looks a little uneven right now. I was reading a message on my Fitbit right there. Sorry. So now I'm just finishing up, adding all those dots down. Now, I thought like maybe I want to make a mushroom with lines on it, but I'm like, what kind of mushroom has lines on it? So either I'm going to make a mushroom just with a cap and a stem, or I'm just going to make a mushroom with dots and a stem. No lines. No lines here. You'll just see me either doing this or adding line or dots or no dots. So that's the cap. The cap's pretty much done. I grabbed my other punty. I'm gonna clean it up. Trying to make a nice clean skinny point. Grab the tub. Now the reason my fan is, or my flame is sucking off to my left, as you can see a little bit maybe there, is because I have my door open with my fan blowing out, which is my redneck ventilation. Now I can sit down here and make pennant after pennant, or mushroom after mushroom, or whatever after whatever, and not start to pass out because of carbon monoxide. Because last weekend, in my last video, I started to get a little lightheaded and literally started passing out. And I realized that, I got to get rid of it somehow. Because I don't have any type of, hood that sucks air out or anything like that. I wanted to start doing this, and I brought everything down into my basement and set it up, and I was like, okay, well, I don't have ventilation. What do I do? And this is what I do. I open up my door, and I have a fan that just blows towards the open door. But anyway, I'm pulling off the excess clear glass from my other punty there, since I couldn't break it off. A little bit of shaping there. Now we're going to add our stem. This is a pink glass, so we got like a dark green as our base, as our cap, with blue dots and a pink stem. Now I'm trying to do a hot seal here, so I'm trying to heat up the cap, bottom of the cap, and the stem at the same time. So we got a stem hot sealed. We're going to flame cut the bottom of it off. about a 1/2 inch. And that's probably about 1 inch. But we're going to shrink it down to about a 1/2 inch. Get it to gather on itself there. Now, right here I'm trying to, the top of the stem, you know, onto the bottom of the cap, I'm trying to hot seal it even more. Trying to get it to blend in pretty much, because there's a little bit of a, it was a little obvious that I just slapped a piece of glass onto another piece of glass. So I'm just trying to melt it all together. Like I said, at this point, this is my 5th point doing this, my 5th time doing this. So I just, you know, flatten the bottom of the stem there. Look like I just picked out of the ground. And I'm about to just break off my punty, flame polish. And I looked at it when it was made, and it looks pretty good. Can't really see the dots, but you know, whatever. I'm going to start using my striking and my galaxy glass at this point. The first one I made in the other video was awesome. Anyway, my next one I'm probably going to use my galaxy, my North Star Galaxy as my base. And one of my strikings over that, I don't know, and I'll probably use either that blue or the pink that I just used as the stem, and we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, there's another mushroom. I'm gonna start making mushrooms. Mushroom number 2.